Triplefour.
Let's talk about it. Okay, Triplefour podcast.
Yeah, he said this dude makes a meatwad fucking thing for no reason, and then he says Jim Norrison.
Bob Dylan I find personally obnoxious, but the Beatles destroyed culture.
Oh my god.
I got Elon Musk to smoke weed in my Tesla the other day.
Like
It's not even a big fucking
That's
deal.
true.
Things are crazy right now. You don't know shit, do you? We really didn't.
You know, you can't always get what you want, but you'll find sometimes that if you try,
You just might get it.
Oh, you get it!
Welcome to Triplefour podcast. What's up, four heads? Folks, how we doing? Episode 60. And today's episode is brought to you by Diet Green River. This shit is nuts, dude. Let me tell you. I put it in a rocks glass so that it would look even more ridiculous. This shit tastes like if you melted a green popsicle. You remember the Freezy Pops situations, and when they would melt, they'd have the, like, after you're done eating, a little bit of juice at the end, and you would slurp it. It's like that. Anyway, Diet Green River, shout out. Green River Killer, that's what they call me. Today, classic lineup of faces and friends and family, if you will. Mad Zone Bowen.
That's me.
Josh.
And you believe it. Episode 60.
That was reminiscent of Nick's old thing where he would say his name and it would be really long and melodic. And of course, Joseph.
Yo.
Let's cut the shit. Things are crazy right now.
Is it just me, or is it getting crazier out there?
Because
Things are crazy right now.
Look, maybe we were wrong in the past about COVID. Maybe we didn't beat it. I'll be the first to say maybe we didn't beat it. And I'm going live to our reporter on the streets, Josh, to tell us about why we didn't beat it.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Baseball teams are lined up to sign me. I'm batting 667 on strands, baby. This is some hot shit. Let me tell you something. Yeah, no, we didn't beat it. After having it twice, at this point, I'm just depressed. I'm angry, I'm upset, and now I'm just like, fucking why, man? Why me, especially?
I was round 2 with Omicron Persei 8.
Yes.
I have a sudden affiliation for watching Futurama a lot more now. But overall, it was the most like a traditional cold.
Yeah.
It was the most like that. Like the first time I had it was the original COVID, the original cases. And that one was pretty bad for like a couple days. And then after that, it lingered a lot more. The second time around, not as bad. But fatigue is probably the worst thing out of it. That one doesn't go away until a little bit later.
It has been just sweeping through my place of employment. At least like 5 or 6 people have been out with COVID. And it's funny because you don't notice until like there's a few shifts you work and you're like, man, I've not seen Charlie in a while. Oh. And you're like, oh, where? And then you're like, where's Charlie? Is he out of town? And everyone's like, yes, he's out of town.
My apologies.
I'm so sorry. But young boosted boy here, I've been exposed plenty of times. And if I had COVID, I didn't notice. And frankly, most of the people that I know that were that had COVID also fairly mild symptoms.
Well, the funniest part is I was supposed to get boosted pretty much when I got COVID again.
Yeah.
I was due for my boost. So now I don't know what the deal with that is.
You can still get boosted.
I just don't know the effectiveness of it. You know what I mean?
Well, the booster's really effective. Might I say I'm perhaps living proof. But also just the numbers in general are pretty impressive. I'm impressed with the boosted numbers.
Like my plan was to get boosted, but now it's like with it, with the antibodies of Omicron, I wasn't too sure like when is a good time.
It's recommended whenever, but realistically you should wait the 14 days.
Yeah.
Just for safety purposes, but you can get it whenever. We had a meeting at work today all about COVID, so I'm all informed.
And your boss was like, I've seen this TikTok about it. I've seen this TikTok talking about COVID.
Yeah. No, we actually have a doctor. Like, we hired a doctor to be our company doctor and tell us about stuff and know things. It's kind of strange, but he's there and he tells us what's happening and how things work.
Well, yeah, we also have one as well, a company doctor. It's really weird. Whenever you get emails from the company doctor.
Yeah.
You are sick. Not in a health way, in like you're a cool guy way. You're sick. Speaking of doctors, things are crazy right now. I read this morning that a petition signed by almost 300 doctors was submitted to Spotify, telling them to put a COVID misinformation disclaimer on who else but Joe Rogan Experience. Some doctors have had issues with things that he have said on podcasts.
Like what? I mean, he doesn't say anything negative about COVID or misinformation about COVID. Nothing weird is going on.
Nothing weird.
Yeah.
I imagine it's the many times he is advised against getting vaccinated and instead promoted ivermectin and shit like that. Anyway,
Couldn't be that.
But it's good because he has no platform, he's got nobody's listening.
Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Smallest podcast in the world.
Yeah. But on the other hand, we obviously you should listen to us.
Right.
So things are crazy right now. Been hearing this really up on the lighter news, happier stuff, more optimistic. I've been hearing a lot of positivity in the news lately, a lot of optimism regarding someone named Brandon.
Who is this character?
Yeah, who's this Brandon guy? Maddie, are you familiar with Brandon?
I am familiar with Brandon. Yes.
Well, I feel like this is what we need. We need somebody's side to get on, right? Let's go.
This is the leader we've been looking for,
I have a good feeling about this Brandon character.
It just sounds like there's a fourth grader who's like got cancer. It's like, let's go, Brandon. You can do this. And I'm like, I can't handle that. This is for conservatives, this is the most banger thing to ever happen. Like,
they are not even going to be able to handle this one.
Dude, okay. Are you familiar with the story of how it started? What I read was there was an airplane pilot who was signing off as they landed. And he said at the end of his thing, fuck Joe Biden. And then later they're like, wait, you can't say that. And then he's like, I didn't. I said, let's go, Brandon. So
yeah, I do remember seeing something about that.
And this is just, game-changing comedy. It
is.
I'm dying. I love it. So
I'm cracking up personally.
You can get Let's Go Brandon merch. Frankly, the Brandons of the world must be fucking stoked.
They're pumped.
You think they're getting a cut of the check, or because of this movement, I've actually decided to name my firstborn son Brandon, since it's such a supported name.
Yeah. You got the sweaters, the t-shirts, the cabs, you got everything.
He'll never be at a loss for merch, That
kid will never be depressed because you're so supportive.
Exactly.
He's got an army of fans day one. He's got a built-in audience. He's like the next Jurassic World movie. People are there. Joe is there, If
it's got a dinosaur in it, I'm in.
That's what I'm saying. Things are pretty crazy right now. The other night, I think I told Joe about this. Maybe this was a few weeks ago. I took a train up to Evanston, and on the way back, I was standing at the station, and it's cold out. A lot of people are hanging out at train stations these days, and I have headphones on and everything. I am in my space, and people are not allowed to access my space, and yet some people still continue to try. There was a man walking down this like staircase, and he was going, hello, I'm in a place called Vertigo. And I was like, okay, man, 2021, the people singing Vertigo by U2. And then this guy comes up to me, and he even touched me. He was like, hey man, like poked me. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, tell me, what is this song? What is this song I'm thinking of? And I was like, it's probably Vertigo by U2. And then he's like, no, that's not the one. And I was like, that's the one you were singing. He was like, I know. I'm thinking of something else. And he starts singing some lyrics from a song that I don't recognize. And he's like, U2 sang this song at they were on SNL. It was in front of the Statue of Liberty. What song is this? And I'm like, bro, I have no idea. He's like, it's from SNL. Like, and I was like, is it City of Blinding Lights? That's from the same album. No, that's not it. This guy was upset now. And like, I'm like, dude, I don't have the answer. And then he was like, oh, come on, man. He was like, I am just as surprised as you are because I like you too. I am probably one of the only people on this train platform right now who could probably answer this question, and I don't have the answer for you. And he's like, oh, come on, man. You're white. You're supposed to know this. And I'm like, well, frankly, I take issue with your preconceived notions about my whiteness, but also I do like U2 and know a lot of U2 trivia. So my head was fucked by this whole situation. Eventually he got like just actually upset and just kind of like stumbled away. And then I was like scooting my way away. Like, I'm not ready to talk to this U2 fan right now. So yeah, Chicago's great right now. Things are awesome.
He just needed help and you couldn't help him.
Yeah. And
That's
I tried my fucking best.
I don't think you can call yourself a U2 fan anymore.
The moment I got home, I looked it up. I looked up U2 playing in front of the Statue of Liberty, and it's like a song from like their last album. And it's like, nobody gives a shit about that. Like, man, I used to bump this song in my car. I used to drive, and then like gave me a list of cars he used to drive. And he's like, this is my summer jam.
Sorry, I couldn't help with that.
Sorry, I'm not the U2 trivia lord that I thought I was. Frankly, it made me sad. Made me disappointed.
I wish people would ask me random trivia in the streets.
Yeah, move to a city, Maddie. It happens all the time.
I'm okay, actually.
You gotta get on this public transportation thing. That's where the best stuff happens. It used to be that I would have my favorite encounters in a movie theater, and now I have them on trains.
I'm on the go.
Yeah. So yeah. Speaking of great albums, I think we got to take a second for songs. This is the music segment. Second for songs. Second for songs. We're gonna talk about some albums. Second for songs. Second for songs. 2021, it's over. And you know what? I have compounded 2021 and 2020 like into the same long ass year. Even though, like, if I think about it, like, there are very different events in both of those years, but like for some reason it's been kind of a blur. Is anyone else experiencing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not 2022 either.
Oh, it's
like,
still
it's
2021.
Not still 2021. It's just nothing.
Oh, we're in the interim.
It's 2020 part 3.
Yeah. The revenge. But I think, you know, what I used to do was talk about my favorite things from the past year. And maybe we can talk about some music, some tunes.
So one of the albums I listened to I guess it was in 2020, but since we're grouping the basically 2 years together, I don't give a shit. It's an album called Nude Casino by Iguana Death Cult. That's a band I kind of found with one of the obviously the Spotify like Discover Weekly things. And I liked them enough to where I gave the album a listen to, and I liked it quite a bit.
Nude Casino?
Yeah, their album's called Nude Casino.
I think you sent me something of theirs.
Probably. There's a track called Bright Lights that I really like. There's also another one. I think that, yeah, there's also the titular track is Nude Casino is also another one.
The titular Nude Casino.
Yes.
Viagra Boys album came out at the beginning of 2021.
Yeah.
It's a fave. It's a shout out. It's a worthy shout out. Joe, did you listen to any new music?
Yeah, Home Depot theme on repeat.
30 hours.
Come on, that's probably from like 2014 at least.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The only like new album I listened to on frequent was I don't know what the name of the album is, but it's an album by Myrkur, Myrkur. And it's just got a bunch of traditional like Norse songs in it, so it's pretty dope.
It was also one of my top albums.
Yeah, album slaps.
Yo, these fucking Nordic jams, dog. Shit fucking bumps, dog. Fucking...
House Carpenter, let's go.
Oh yeah.
Is there a song called Mouse Carpenter?
Yeah.
House Carpenter.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah.
maybe built wooden mouses.
No.
I thought it was a mouse that built shit.
He's just a poor
Oh, yeah.
guy. And,
Honestly though, like my most listened to artist was Dead, so
That's a 2020 album.
Yeah.
That almost counts.
I
All right,
liked,
Maddie.
Sad Night Dynamite by Sad Night Dynamite.
What's the album?
It came out in 2021, which was perfect for this exercise. I discovered it like later in 2021, and I listened to it so much that it was still in like my top 10 songs. So from Spotify Wrapped, it was a good one. I normally hate everything that Spotify tries to get me to listen to, but this one worked out.
You know what's fucked about Spotify Wrapped is that it doesn't count November or December, which I think is ridiculous. And it's like it comes out at the beginning of December. Why
I
not
thought
just
it included November?
Yeah,
no,
that
it doesn't. I looked it up and it said they don't include November either, which is like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Does it include November of the year prior?
Nope. So
It's
anything you
just
listen to,
gone.
and
it's only like 10 months, I guess.
yeah, it's fucking stupid. And it's like, I have Last FM, which tracks all my listens, all my listening habits. I've had that since 2010 actually, and that gives me the real stats, and they're very different because I go on binges.
Also, the new Solon album came out.
Yeah, I listened to that. That's
Yeah,
good.
Sullivan.
Sullivan. Yeah, no, Solon. Solen.
Produced in Sullivan, Missouri.
It also was produced in Sullivan, Missouri. So
By Sullivan from Monsters Inc.
There's also Shames, Drunk
Tank Pink. Yeah. No, that was a good one. That's also from the beginning of the year. That was like literally January 21.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I think my favorite album of the year was Blow On by Turnstile. I listened to that many times. And then Snail Mail's Valentine, also up there. Parquet Courts, Ice Age also had good stuff. The Heart Attack Man EP was really good. Thoughts and Prayers. Those are probably the faves. But shout out to all my local friends, bands that put out music this year. Okay, Cool, Nora Marks, Background Character, Heat Death, and many more. But also in 2021, there were some movies released. Maybe we should take some time for film.
Time for films.
I know Maddie's packing a fucking list for this.
It's a small list, but it is a powerful list.
Uh-oh.
I didn't watch a lot of movies I didn't really watch a lot of movies in general last year as much as I did in 2020. And I didn't really watch a lot of new movies. Top 2 for sure, Saint Maud, Pig.
Pig was good. I'll validate that. I did not see Saint Maud.
I want to see
It
Saint
was
Maud.
good. I really liked it.
That was directed by someone named Rose Glass, which does not seem like a real name.
I don't believe you. I don't.
That's an item.
Yeah.
Is that a band?
The movie was directed by an item.
Josh, did you see anything this year?
I just recently saw the newest Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
starring all the Spider-Men.
And I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. I don't want to have any spoilers just in case you guys actually want to.
I kind of want to see it, but I'm not going to put any effort into doing so.
Yeah, it's a movie. If you want to see Spider-Man, go see it. Otherwise, I liked it at first, but the more I think about it, the more I dislike it. Like I told you, Dan.
They spoiled a lot of things in like the trailer, and I felt like I could put together what maybe the rest of the movie was from that.
See, that was a good thing is I didn't watch any trailers beforehand. I just kind of went into it completely blinded.
You know, I'm already an anti-Marvelman, so that wasn't on top of my list. But it's like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are A+ great, and I miss those and all. But I don't want this movie to manipulate me based on my feelings for those movies. So
It kind of did for me. That's why I said I liked it at first. It pulled on my heartstrings with that.
fuck
I
it.
watched the one Spider-Man before this newest one, and I didn't like it.
The Far From Home, the one where he's on study abroad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like No Way Home Far From Home more than No Way Home. That gives you an indication.
The first one was okay. I saw the second one in theaters, and actually the main reason I wanted to see it was because he was going on virtually the same study abroad trip that I went on, in which he goes to at least Berlin and Venice. They also go to London, which I wish. But I was curious, and I don't remember a single thing about it. I remember Zendaya is Michi. So
She is there.
I mean, I don't think I watched any new movies from 2021 other than Dune. And I mean, it's good. I read Dune forever ago, and I think it's a lot better than the David Lynch one, for sure.
that's wrong, but okay.
I went to school for film.
For Dunes.
There was a Dune in it. That's all it claimed to have.
The David Lynch one is hilarious and probably not a great adaptation. But like, I like how it's fucking weird. It's just like, yeah, it's fucking sandworms. It's like, it's goofy. The new one is so serious that I was like, dude, fucking chill. But I know everyone's told me that it's a lot like the book.
Yeah.
I don't know. The new one felt like wallpaper to me. It was like, this is very pretty. I feel nothing.
Cologne commercial vibe.
Yes, it was a long ass fucking cologne commercial with worms in it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, actually, you selling me on this.
Yes.
But you liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Cool. I know a lot of people who got fucking obsessed with it. Like, didn't know anything about Dune, went to go see it, and they were like, whoa, which I could imagine. I mean, like, having seen the David Lynch movie and actually having read not only the script for this one, but an older script treatment for Dune, like, I feel like I knew the story really well. So I wasn't like really surprised by it. And so, or like, as far as like how the narrative unfolds and just like the crazy world it builds and stuff. So I think if you were like somebody who had never, if you don't know anything about Dune and you go see this new one, you're going to be like, whoa, wow, like that's a lot, which I can understand.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good at building the universe.
And there's some fucking crazy sounds. There's some crazy sounds in it. All right, here's my list. I'll give a shout out to Dune and also to Halloween Kills, which I thought was pretty underrated. It's a bad movie, but I liked it.
I've heard people complain about it.
Yeah,
I feel like the consensus was.
Yeah, people hated it. Like people like really thought it was bad, and I did too. But I really liked it. Like it's like the previous Halloween was like really like serious. It was like kind of more in the spirit of the original film. And then this one was more like the later sequels they did in the 80s, where it was kind of like more of like a Friday the 13th movie, but with Michael Myers, like kind of where it's like, yeah, he's going to go around, he's going to kill people. And yet also there was all of this stuff. Like the probably the biggest issue with this one was that it's kind of politicized. Like there's this overbearing like theme about how like Michael Myers isn't the real villain, it's misinformation. It's like because everybody's like, let's go kill Michael Myers, and then they like round up and they get this like gang mentality and they just start killing people in the streets, and then they're like, that wasn't Michael, oh shit. What the fuck? And like, and it's just like, man, it's just kind of like, this is like America, you know, it's like how we treat each other, you know.
Jesus.
So it's pretty hacky. But the cool part is that Michael Myers kills a shitload of people in it, and that's why I came to see the movie, and that's what I got. Like the first scene of this movie, like at the end of the previous one, he's in a house, they burn the house down.
Yeah.
They're like, he's probably dead. First scene of this one, him coming out of the house on fire, and there's a team of firemen there, and it goes POV, like first person shooter mode, and he kills like fucking like 18 firemen. It was fucking crazy. And I'm like, yes, love this. And then there were like these articles coming out and they were like, wait a second, is Halloween against first responders?
Against?
Bro.
Oh, I'm totally anti first responder.
That's Michael. Yeah.
Second responders, they go
all right on my book.
Oh, fine. There's also a scene where he kills this gay couple, and they're like, Michael Myers is homophobic, and I'm like, he's fucking evil.
Before he killed him, he was like, I'm killing you solely because of your sexual orientation.
Yeah, he's like, there's a straight couple outside, I could be killing them right now, but I'm killing you.
Not doing that.
You can't convince me to do that. So Halloween Kills. Looking forward to the next one, which I'm sure is going to be fucking awful. Yeah. Also, Willy's Wonderland with Nick Cage, which we watched together.
Oh yeah.
Came out in 2021.
Yeah. Kind of forgettable, but also I'm like, when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, dude, that movie fucking rocked.
The fact that he doesn't it's his whole character.
Yeah. Doesn't speak a single line of dialogue the whole movie.
Yeah.
Whenever I think of that movie, I think of him drinking a soda at the pinball machine. That's all I really.
When he's on break, he's on break.
He's on Smoko. And all right, top 10. Number 10, Last Night in Soho, which Madi did not like.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't super like it. I had some qualms with it.
It's also got issues, you know, not unlike Halloween, it's got issues. Like the third act is just bad. But
yeah,
it made me feel things. Like I was like anxious, like genuinely.
I felt some anxiety for sure, but I think that the good parts of it were kind of overshadowed by the fact that this was just such a misogynistic movie, and that just was all I could pay attention to. It was just, I don't know.
It had some complicated views on women.
Had some hateful views of women that were portrayed, and then tried to be masked by a feminist arc of this storyline or whatever, which also just ended up being misogynistic.
And it's a little disappointing because it's an Edgar Wright movie. and you expect it to be so calculated and like precise and specific, and it just kind of doesn't have that.
No.
Like even Baby Driver had like really cool like editing styles, and like he like really fucking was clean with that movie. This one is kind of messy.
Yeah, I got that vibe. When I was told that that's who directed it, I was hurt inside. It didn't make any sense, but there were parts of it that were fun and not awful to watch, but as a whole.
The shots where they like would pan around, and they like Anya Taylor-Joy would be dancing with Doctor Who, and then it would like kind of cut, and then it would be the other girl, and they would like play with mirrors and stuff, were really cool.
Yeah.
And like the 60s production design stuff was cool, but the main thing that I liked about it was like I felt like my heart was actually like pounding at times, and it like had its hooks in me. Like sloppy, messy, kind of bad movie, but I liked it. Bad bits, interesting vibes.
Did you cry?
No
Bummer.
tears. Number 9, The Beta Test, which is a movie by Jim Cummings, who also directed Thunder Road. It's kind of like an indie movie. That was really cool. That's like the main thing that I felt like I reacted to most this year was like actually indie movies. And I should shout out the Mega 64 version 4.1, because that was also another like really special thing that came out for me this year. James Bond, No Time to Die, actually fucked with that pretty heavy. There was very mixed reviews on that one also. Also kind of a mess, but some good vibes. There's like several scenes in the new James Bond movie where he goes to have sex with this one, like different women, and then they're kind of like, wait, this is not what I thought we were meeting for. And then he's like, oh, so anyway, the mission. It's like there's like this interesting like revisionism where it's like he's like, well, shall we? And then they're like, what? No, Mr. Bond, I'm here for business. And then he's like, oh, that's fine. It's kind of hilarious.
Will be real. I did not know there's a James Bond movie out this past year.
It was one of the many movies that's supposed to come out in 2020. That was pushed back. Yeah. Also, I feel like just movie marketing was on a weird level this year. Like even like when big movies came out, it didn't feel like an event, you know? Like Ghostbusters came out.
Afterlife.
Didn't see it. Came and went. Bummer. They still haven't put out Top Gun 2, I don't think. That was also a movie that's supposed to come out in like 2020.
Yeah, they pushed it to 2021, and now it's still not out, I don't believe.
A movie called North Hollywood, which was made by a group of guys called Illegal Civilization, who were like sort of the skate crew that used to hang out with Tyler, the Creator, a lot. And it's funny because this is kind of like the Odd Future, the movie. It's like a younger, like guys who kind of came up with the Odd Future guys, but there's no Odd Future people in it. But it was really cool because it was like a scripted kind of like being a skate rat and like trying to figure out your life, but also really funny. Reminded me a lot of like, I felt like if it had come out in like 2014, it would have been a masterpiece banger for like us. Like we would have all seen it and been like, yo, like Luke Dykes would love this movie if you knew what it was. French Dispatch, which I just watched today. And it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, which was, I was like, I'm not that interested in seeing a Wes Anderson movie. Like, even though I love every other movie that he's done, you know? But I think after like Isle of Dogs, and like Isle of Dogs was fine, but this was like what I thought it was going to be, which is like, it's really like amazingly put together and produced and crafted. Like this movie had like every kind of visual art style in it. There's like animated sequences. There's like paintings and sculptures, and like there's like digitally created like things, like theatrical productions. There's this scene that kind of blew my mind where the movie is like all takes place in like past tense storytelling, and there's a part where they're like telling a story about something that had already happened, and then within that a character shows up and he's about to deliver like a speech, and then they're like, to better portray what he said at this moment, flash forward 20 years to when the theatrical play was produced about this particular moment in time. And it was like this full scene that takes place on a stage where they like have like this like choreography and there's like 20 actors involved and they're like it's like this storytelling within a storytelling. It's like it's nuts. Just like the production value is crazy. But it's kind of like what I was expecting Wes Anderson to eventually hit, which is like he's so fucking good at being Wes Anderson that it's like not surprising anymore. And there's not like that like humanity in it. It's like so crafty. So it was a little disappointing. There are like a couple moments where it's like it hits and there's like a sad moment. There's some good bits, good vibes, you know, classic Wes. But I think I'm starting to feel like I miss like the Royal Tenenbaums and Life Aquatic style. Like when it was less about like filming a playhouse, you know, like how he like kind of like builds all these miniature sets and stuff. Like I feel like when it was like people in a room talking to each other and stuff, I like that more. Number 5, Drowning in Potential, Joel Haver movie with Dax Flame. Highly recommend that. Again, it was like movies that were really hitting for me were like the really like home produced indie organic stuff. Like I'm just way more interested and excited by it now. And this one was like super good. They claim that it was all improvised and shot without lights or script or any real plans.
It looks like they shot with lights a little bit, though.
There are definitely parts where it seems like there are lights. But Joel claims he didn't shoot it with lights.
His previous fucking do that.
They're like, I mean, you can do a lot with just a camera.
Yeah.
But and there are definitely parts where that is the case, but like there are some parts where I'm like, you use lights here, I bet. The Matrix 4, again, another movie that a lot of people hated, but I just loved it. It's like it's ridiculous. And it's like it's a movie for Matrix heads. Like it's a movie that's written for massive nerds. Like it's like the people that saw it and they're like, I didn't get it and I hated it. I'm like, makes sense. Cause like I really don't want to spoil anything about it. You just have to watch it because it'll like the first 30 minutes of this movie are genuinely mind blowing. I'm like, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, and that it was like, so like, it had me again on the edge of my seat with the anxiety, like heart beating, like feeling emotions, just too rare now. Matrix. Licorice Pizza, which came out a few weeks ago, Paul Thomas Anderson movie. Rips. Feel good. Great vibes. Good bits. Maddie, I feel like you would like it. Licorice Pizza.
I'll peep it.
Yeah, you got to check it out. Number 2, Bo Burnham movie. Inside.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was 2021.
Yeah, Bo Burnham. How's he doing? Probably not well.
No, he's doing totally fine. You didn't get that from the movie?
Well, like actually it was heartwarming when like there's that he's so reclusive. Like when that footage came out of Phoebe Bridgers doing the song from the movie and he's just like vibing in the audience, I was like, oh shit, he's like kind of happy, it seems like. Maybe right now. But also I saw Phoebe Bridgers at Pitchfork and she played that song. And like and I had heard rumors that she was going to cover that. And it didn't occur to me until like she sings the first line, the stunning AK resolution meditation app. And I was like, is she doing the song from Inside? Is she doing that funny feeling? And she did it. And it was like so good. Like it was like a sprawling instrumental section and everything. If you haven't heard that recording, you got to hear it. It's really good. But obviously that movie was kind of all the rage this year at one point.
Took over my entire TikTok for months.
And that's really where it's happening. You know, if it's taking over your TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Matrix didn't take over anybody's TikTok.
Sure didn't.
Piece of shit movie by that regard. But yeah, I've watched like clips from Inside on YouTube, like the songs specifically, like White Woman's Instagram, That Funny Feeling, and the All Eyes on Me song have gotten stuck in my head so many times.
Same.
And like I watch All Eyes on Me and it makes me feel many things. Like that song, so good. I used to have this with Make Happy with the like Kanye West ending from the last special. I used to just put that clip on because it was like it just blew my mind. Like his performative qualities are so good and they're banger songs. So shout out Bo. Hope you're doing okay. And number one, there can only be my one favorite movie.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, baby. Anyone have a guess?
Definitely Lamb.
Fuck Lamb, that little punk ass, bitch ass Lamb.
I said Godzilla vs. King Kong for sure.
That movie was butt, dude.
No.
I forgot that came out. There's a pretty key hint in frame at the moment.
Oh, the Evangelion movie.
Oh,
No, it's that gorilla that played baseball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. Go from 2012.
Here go.
Evangelion 4, aka Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, was the only movie that even got me close to crying. It got me choked up in a major way. Good bits, good vibes, bad vibes too, because it's Ava. Almost cried. That movie, I watched it twice in 72 hours. I just don't do that. Like that movie affected me so profoundly, and I don't know how else to deal. It was also the number 2 rated movie on Letterboxd for 2021. Number 1 was fucking Spider-Man.
You're
Totally
welcome.
Similar films.
Yeah. Yeah. There is, so they do this Letterboxd podcast, and they did their 2021 wrap-up episode, and it was really funny because it's like they were like, today we're going to talk about the 3 most popular or highest rated movies from 2021 on Letterboxd. And those would be number 1, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Number 2, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time. What even is that? And I was bleeding. I was bleeding out of all of my orifices listening to this. And then they had a guest guy come on to explain what Evangelion was to them. And he's like, I don't even know where to fucking begin, guys. It's like
a hard cut out of that. That's all it was.
He was like, so there was a show in 1997, and then he tried to explain it all, and he's like, then there was this movie called End of Evangelion, and I can't even get into that right now. And he's like, then there are 4 more movies. And the good thing was that at least this guest got it, because he was like, this movie is so beautiful and it will fucking rock your world. And you can't do that unless you like broach the whole rest of the thing. And yeah, they were saying Evangelion the whole time, and it really fucking
that hurts.
Beat my bumpers, dude. Fuck. Worst movies of the year. The Conjuring 3.
That was good, dude. It had the cop from the first.
Dude, it had I know the Mustang. That's the Mustang.
Real shit, though. That movie. Okay, so I explain myself. Otherwise, everybody's gonna make fun of me. So the first Conjuring movie, right? The cop pulls up in a fucking Mustang, right? And he doesn't believe in ghosts or whatever. And then he gets beat up by a ghost, and he's like, all right, sure, it's fine. I believe in ghosts. And then never does he appear again on any of the movies. And then at the, I don't know, it was close to the end of the third, or the movie that you're talking about, the third Conjuring movie. He, like, a Mustang pulls up, but it's not his. And I like turned and looked at Josh and Travis, and I was like, dude, it's the cop from the first movie, because why would they have that shot of the Mustang and it not be like a returning character? Like, what's the point?
What dude's been gone for like 55 years.
I got absolutely roasted for saying that. Now, anytime we watch a movie and I say anything, everybody's like, "It's the cop from the fucking first."
But the only reason you would have noticed this is because it was a Mustang, right?
No, it's just the shot. Why would you have a shot of a car that's of the same car that you had in a previous movie unless it's a returning character?
They couldn't get him. He was too busy.
I also think people are watching The Conjurings like almost consecutively, like we did. So I'm pretty sure when people watched that one and they saw the Mustang, they didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it is because we watched like in a row.
Also, they probably didn't have to spend money on another Mustang. They just reused the same one.
Yeah.
Other terrible movies from this year. The Fear Street movies. Like, I liked the first one. If you remember, these came out on Netflix. They were like Fear Street 1994, and then
on Netflix for 5 seconds and then they disappeared. I saw them and now I totally have forgotten about them until you just said them.
Like, don't worry about it. The first one is okay. The other two, cheeks. A movie came out this year called Cry Macho with Clint Eastwood.
I got it. You just get major boomer vibes from that.
It's like he's like a rodeo rider, and he has to go like save this kid who was kidnapped by a drug lord. In this movie, there are like multiple scenes where like young women offer themselves to Clint Eastwood, who I must tell you is 90 something years old.
The last one.
It's probably not going to be his last movie. And that's what's fucking crazy. It's an awful, awful film.
They're just gonna be rolling around in a bed in his last movie.
Also Lamb.
What the hell? It was fine. You know what? I'm putting it on my top 10 list just to spite you.
No.
Yep.
A24 is cut. No more A24. Sorry.
Okay, bits. Pretty good vibes. Very pretty. It's my phone background now. Okay.
Because of the vibes?
Because of the vibes. And the Lamb's fucking fits were fire. Okay.
It was like a 100-minute movie, and there were like 4 scenes in it. It was
of the Lamb?
No, like 4 scenes total. There was there would be like a shot of like some fucking sheeps wandering around, and then there would be a shot of the mom, and she'd be like eating breakfast, and then there'd be a shot of the dad.
A minimalist film, okay?
And nothing happens for like 40 minutes. Like the lamb doesn't even show up for like 40 fucking minutes.
That's not true. The lamb shows up pretty fucking early, like the first 5 minutes of the film. So
no,
someone needs
don't think
rewatch.
so.
I know so.
No. Anyway, I wanted to beat this thing's ass. It was so annoying.
It's gonna be on site with this fucking thing.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, A24, you're on fucking watch. Northman.
I'm still a supporter. It was a nice movie.
I swear, if there's one fucking element of the Northman that's even remotely close to anything I have made in my past, I will buy a weapon. I will buy a
they
weapon.
Just copied and pasted all of the films you've been working.
I should probably not include that.
I think you should keep that part in.
Yeah.
Also, Titan.
No, Titan was fucking awful.
I don't know, dude. Shit was crazy.
That's the French critics who made it so important. It's like, I don't know, dude.
It was crazy. I don't know.
Crazy. I don't know. Fuck Titan. Fuck Lamb. Movies are bad. I hate them.
Maybe you should try enjoying things.
I hate movies. And that's why I am nominating movies for the Triplefour hit list. Do we have a quorum? Anyone else? Movies?
Yeah, sure.
Very good. I need at least one more vote for the quorum. Wow, they're holding to it.
Fuck it. Yeah.
All right, movies. Hit list. I would also like to nominate movies for the Hall of Fame.
Go movies.
Woo! Let's go, movies. Let's go, Brandon.
Have a sign out of the movie theater that says "Let's go movies."
I'd like to nominate Brandon for the Hall of Fame.
Brandon character.
We're all a big fan of him.
That's true. I'll nominate my cat.
Nay.
I'll second that.
All right.
No.
Hear that, little Austin?
No.
That's two
Get in
nays.
there.
Did not get the simple majority.
It is.
There he is.
Do
He
a
puts in
mouth.
his vote for himself. He won.
I can't believe he won.
Uh,
Mo. Get him to Mao.
Is that a charger? Looks tasty. Better eat that.
he looks pissed off.
And, yeah.
I'm about to beat.
He's happy. You can tell. You can't tell, but he is purring.
Yeah.
He's a machine.
Elder Scrolls looking ass.
His birthday is coming up next month.
He's gonna be 35 years old.
37.
He's 82 in cat years for sure.
He's 106 in cat years.
He's a Tom Waits Animorph.
Give
That's why his
a
mouth
bottle
is
of
so deep.
Malort on his birthday.
Well,
No. One more segment that we usually do. Take it away.
It's back. And now COVID got me twice, but it couldn't hold me back from giving the questions that have plagued mankind.
Who am I? Where do I belong? Where is the path? Questions that have plagued mankind.
I got a couple of questions that I feel are pretty good topics to discuss. So I think this first question comes from us to an anonymous person. They say, I'm a 16-year-old and I want to eat dog food exclusively. Can I?
I'm gonna go no on that.
You-
Solely because I'm afraid that this will morph into the dog fetish. And somehow I've gotten on dog fetish TikTok. I don't want to be there anymore. I'm very upset about it.
Somehow.
It's
Somehow.
very it's very disturbing, and I am kink shaming. So I'm putting in a no
Heard it
for
here
that.
first.
whenever the dog fetish people rise up, you're the first one out.
All the dog fetish size viewers.
I like when these people like start with something like I am 16 years old. Like
If this makes a difference.
I want to start
Well,
eating
if
dog.
they were 18, of course, this would be a different conversation.
Yeah, because
An
they're
adult.
legally an adult and they can make their own decisions. Or if like they were like 98 and they're like, I want to eat dog food exclusively, I'd be like, fucking do it. You're gonna pass out any minute now. So
And their odds of being in the dog fetish world are pretty slim. So,
you don't know that. Could have been some weird shit happening.
yeah. I'll let you know when that shows up on my For You page, and I'll be sure to send the video to you again.
Oh, news just hit. Betty White into dog stuff.
Oh, ate dog food once. That's why she died.
Yeah.
Damn.
Top 10 photos of Betty White that'll shock you.
One's just her corpse. Shocked.
Oh, God.
I wonder if there's an
God.
episode of Coffin Flop where it's Betty White.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
The most fucked part of the whole Betty White scenario was that she was so close to hitting a hundo. It's like we all know that one hundo is max level. You know, she was almost there.
I thought it was like one. What does the Bible say that humans can't live past? It's like 120 or something. Like, yeah, it's no, there's definitely like a thing in the Bible that's like, yeah, humans can't live past this age. And I feel like if you manage to do that, that's now we're talking.
Like they're like Methuselah hit 120 and then he was out. So you can't do any more than that.
I want to make sure I'm right. I gotta
I wonder if it's sometimes at one point was a really young age, like 52, and they had to reel that back and be like, all right, he's got like 130. People are doing this.
I'm typing in Bible max level.
Good.
Well, when they did the patch of the Bible, they changed it. It used to be like 45, and then now they changed it to 120 to make it a little bit less attainable.
I was right. Yeah, it's 120.
It's like RuneScape.
120.
It's a lot like RuneScape.
Yeah.
Way. So you used to be you could only hit 99. I feel like you can go higher than that now, right? Fire making 99. Who's got it? Betty White did. Next question.
All right, so the next question's also from someone anonymous, and they say, "What's a good way to ask a millionaire for money?"
Can I have money?
I was thinking of like doing a whole like situation where you present them with a PowerPoint presentation, but like it's a bunch of anagrams for myself and me, and every photo is like you photoshopped yourself into them, including children. So it's a whole like 20 slide event.
Okay, here's the actual answer. You find out their driving schedule, right? And then you back into them when you're in front of them. That way insurance makes it seem like they ran into the back of you.
Right. Insurance fraud.
Yes.
Yes. You think the rich person didn't do some frauds to get the $1 million? You know? Like, come on.
I'm a millionaire. I've done a couple of frauds. I mean,
I did a fraud or two. All right, do your PowerPoint, Josh.
I should be given this money because I'm fucking poor. All right, as you can clearly see by this very large picture, I'm a man of both integrity and a very small bank account. Now listen, I've had it rough. I'm just not. I'm gonna keep it real. But this money will help me feel better in not only the short term, but also the midterm. Money, right?
very compelling. If I were a millionaire, I would for sure be giving some money away.
Anyway, I'm not getting any money out of it.
You got a brand new Squire, I see. Starting not to believe this whole Josh is poor thing.
This?
Yeah, he's got a fucking snark on it and everything.
Yeah, that's also broken. It's barely holding on.
It mutes it.
No, that's you're thinking of a capo. Josh has a tuner.
Oh.
Yeah. Thinking of a K-bar, a knife.
Thinking of a Z-bar. You ever get those at the grocery store?
Zebra gum, where is it at?
Zebra cakes.
It's zebra gum, I think, is still there, believe it or not.
Okay, I have never purchased zebra cakes, and the only time I've ever had them is whenever I've scored high on a test in kindergarten.
I used to give blood specifically because I knew I'd get zebra cakes, and then I gave in and just started buying zebra cakes every now and then. And it has to be every now and then because I do eat the entire box in 2 days.
Do they detect the zebra cake in your blood?
Yeah.
That makes the blood better.
Yeah.
After
Well,
that,
the best part is I always almost pass out, so they have to flip me upside down, and then they bring me snacks. I don't even have to walk to the snack table.
Imagine Maddie strung up, like feet hanging from the ceiling, like almost passed out, like, and then they're just like putting a zebra cake, like.
Yeah, basically.
I can't. The promotion of like This is the snack they give you when you've lost a lot of blood. That's how fucking crazy it is. And if you buy a box, you're not going to be able to not finish it. This shit's nuts.
Yeah, that's my situation, okay?
I am 16 and I want my diet to be exclusively zebra cakes. Can I do this?
Can I do this?
Yes,
And
that one is allowed.
But I have a nominee for the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we've had him before, but I think we haven't nominated Jack Black.
No, he's in there.
He's in there?
Yeah.
I thought we didn't. All right, I'm bringing back Rod Serling.
All right.
Part 2.
Rod.
As a reminder, the current Hall of Fame is Laura Dern, Willem Dafoe, Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, Jim Carrey, Kurt Russell's hat,
Yes.
Jack Black, Jack Nicholson, and Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm here for Rod.
What did
I
you say?
said Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk. Yeah, remember he beat Rod Serling.
yeah, that's why I'm bringing him back. He's on
Yeah,
round
I'm
2.
here for Rod.
No, Rod has a 2-year incubation period in which he cannot be nominated again.
You just hate Rod.
We got to see what happens in these next 2 years. Maybe someone comes out and they're like, he
It literally,
touched me.
I think the 2 years
I don't
comes
know.
in like 4 months. So
That's
I
probably
forgot
true.
time.
So keep that in your pocket.
Who you nominate?
Happy birthday, Rod.
Cute.
Oh, okay. The hit list is Robert Eggers, of course, Adam Sandler for Crimes Against Cinema, Bob Lazar for not showing us the aliens, John Rogan for having a podcast that I don't like, Math for being hard to do, and Amy Schumer for stealing bits and not even good ones. And then now we have added movies for being bad mostly.
Yes.
Fucking,
I will say, actually, I do have one. I've totally forgot one quick shout out. What we didn't discuss is season 2 of I Think You Should Leave.
Oh my
oh
god.
yeah, goated. Definitely
True.
better than season 1.
Better in season 1.
You gotta watch it like 10 times before it really starts going.
I will be honest. We have watched season 2, I think, more than season 1 now, and and most people in the friend group still think season 1 is better too. And I wholeheartedly disagree.
Yeah.
I
Season
think season 2 is better. Not by a lot, but a little bit.
I watched.
yeah.
I watched all of Joe Pera. Like, I watched all of season 3 like yesterday because it just came up on HBO. But the previous 2 seasons I watched a few weeks ago.
I'm almost done with season 2, but I still love his. I still love.
You
that
can
show.
knock it out in a sitting because
Yeah,
the
you can.
episodes are 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like so weird. Like there's like so mundane, and then every now and then there's some crazy shit. Like the episode where he discovers,
The Who.
yeah, the Who is so fucking funny. Like it's actually genuinely like the scene, like he's like dancing around the room with his dog,
Yeah.
like to the song, and he's like drinking beer. It's so good. And then Conor O'Malley just screaming every time he's on screen.
Anytime, yeah. One of my favorites is when he's having breakfast with his family and he's trying to get like the perfect sandwich or the perfect like I guess that perfect egg or something, and you're supposed to bite into it, and that's the yolk is not supposed to come out. You're supposed to bite it completely. He
Yeah.
fucks up and he's just screaming at the table.
That's good shit. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I was on another podcast recently called Aux Populi. Did a long interview there. If you want to listen to my voice some more.
It was cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. Thanks, Maddie.
Good vibes.
And yeah, I don't know. Well, it's Triplefour shit's on the fucking YouTube channel. You know where it is.
This is give up.
Darkness on the Edge of Town is not on Amazon anymore. What are we doing? You know? Yeah, cool. Thanks.